Hey everybody, I am back in Indiana for another weekend backpacking trip, and today I am in Charles C. Deam Wilderness area, and behind me is a 110-foot tall tower called the Hickory Ridge Fire Tower, built in 1936. Let's get up there and take a look at this thing. I gotta tell you, it is freezing up here in the top of this fire tower. There's about a 15-mile-an-hour breeze and the temperature is right at the freezing mark. It is cold. But what an awesome view up here inside the fire tower. So much better than the one at Mohegan State Park in Ohio, because in this one you can actually climb up inside the tower. And it's like almost 30 feet taller. So it's freaky up here, but it's pretty cool. All right, I'm ready to get to camp, get some firewood collected, and get ready for our surprise guest tonight. Terrell Ridge Trail to the right. All right, here's home for tonight. I like it. Very pretty. Thanks to Chris, that hiking guy, for referring me to this campsite. It's awesome. Well, it might be very quiet around here right now, but in about 5 hours, there's gonna be 4 people joining me, and it will not be quiet, I guarantee it. Time to start gathering some firewood and get camp set up. All right, I have camp all set up, and I think I'm gonna take a little walk around this pond before I start working on firewood. There's actually a little trail that goes around the pond. That was the first time I've set up my dream hammock in quite a while, and I gotta admit, I didn't really enjoy working on the underquilt part. I think if I continue to use the hammock, I'm gonna have to get a real underquilt. The homemade double Costco quilt that I put on the bottom, it just doesn't hug the hammock right and doesn't hang on it right. So that alone is enough to make me want to use my duplex every time. Right across the pond is camp. Man, it's a beautiful reflection. Man, there is just something that I really enjoy about being alone in the woods. The solitude and the quiet. I love it. It's so peaceful. It just helps me relax and slow down. Sometimes that's just what you need. It's so quiet that I can hear every little sound around me. But I've been collecting firewood for about an hour, and I'm done. I am beat, and now I'm going to go take a little sunset walk to the cemetery. It's about a quarter mile away. Let's go check it out. All right, I'm here at the cemetery. Pretty small. I don't know if it's a family cemetery or what. So it's about 6:30, starting to get pretty dark out. 2 of the guys are still about 2 hours away, and the 2 guys coming from Wisconsin are still like 3.5 hours away. So it's going to be a late night. I'll probably already be asleep in my hammock when the Wisconsin guys get here. Well, I'm going to cook some dinner and enjoy this lovely fire. It's going pretty good now. Can't believe how still and quiet it is out here. It's been a while since I've experienced this much quiet in the woods at bedtime, because a lot of times I'm camping near a river, where there's constant background noise. This is kind of eerie. Well, I think I'm going to call it a night. It's only about 8:30, but I can hear my hammock and quilt calling my name. And the guys are not here yet, probably another hour. So I'll introduce you to the 4 guests we have coming to visit tomorrow morning. Alrighty, we'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. Because I could use your help. Raisins, blueberries, bananas going in the oatmeal. Good morning here at Charles C. Deam Wilderness. It's a brisk 25 degrees. I woke up a few times shivering, and I think the other fellows did too. But our distinguished guests are finally here. I'd like to introduce you to them. We have Dan and Mark from Wisconsin, Brandon and Jeremiah Stringer from Southern Kentucky. We're gonna have a great time. Everybody sleep well last night?
Nah, so-so.
Yeah, so-so.
You can still, I assume, use antennas. I still see people put them on the houses.
Well, it's about 9:30. We're starting to get things packed up and condensed, and we're going to hit the trail here shortly. So it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Always glad to see the sunshine and a little blue sky. And it's pretty calm. There's a little breeze every now and then, but not too bad. Today we're heading up to the Peninsula Trail where there are a ton of awesome campsites right on Monroe Lake. So that's the plan for today. This is the Warbonnet Ridge Runner.
Ridge Runner hammock, that's right.
Very nice. And I noticed when I laid in it, my rear got instantly warm from that underquilt. Awesome. What's the temperature rating on that underquilt?
20 degrees.
That's a 20.
Yep.
Definitely performs better than my double Costco quilt. Something's got to change. If you've ever wondered what type of tent a geometry teacher uses, here you go. We got all kinds of angles, and give me some geometric terms here. What kind of angles and...
It's like a tetrahedron.
Tetrahedron?
Or something like that.
This is nuts.
I just make it up if I don't know.
Well, I gotta tell you, I'm pretty impressed that you were able to put this up in the darkness last night.
Well, thanks.
Wow. Just about broke down here at camp. Ready to hit the trail here in a few moments.
Jeremiah
Stringer.
It's the battle of the G7X Mark IIs.
Oh, buddy.
Who's gonna win?
Oh, buddy. Mark, I want to show you my ultralight backpack, and I just think there's a lot of great gear in here that can really...
Dan's making fun of me, but the truth is he's paying me to carry his real gear.
The truth comes out.
Yep. Well, he's paying me good, so I should...
How many liters is this? 350?
Yep, 350.
We only have 2 liters.
All right, we have moved the vehicles to... Everybody finally showed up. All right, we have moved our vehicles over to the Grubb Ridge trailhead here, and this is where we're going to jump on a trail that takes us up to the Peninsula Trail and hopefully find a good site next to Monroe Lake. We camped here last night at this little pond, parked here at the fire tower. We've moved to the Grubb Ridge parking lot, and now we're jumping on this trail here and taking it up to the peninsula. Just a quick update on what's going on here. We're only about 1.5 miles from the car, even though we've walked about 2.5 miles. We actually made a wrong turn, but we quickly corrected it and we were back on the right trail. I think it's called the Grubb Ridge Trail or Grubb Ridge Loop. But I'm thinking here in about 1.5 miles, we should start getting some lake views of Monroe Lake. So looking forward to seeing that and getting some lunch here soon. Here is some of the beautiful scenery that we're walking through on the Grubb Ridge Trail in Deam Wilderness. Beautiful pines. We have arrived to the top of the Peninsula Trail right here on beautiful Lake Monroe. And we're currently seeking out a good campsite to accommodate the 5 of us, 3 tents and 2 hammocks. And there's a lot of inclined slope here, so it'll make it kind of difficult, but check out this massive fire reflector around this fire ring. This might be the one.
Plenty of hanging trees.
I mean, we got a patio on this one. Check it out.
Christ.
Sweet.
Chairs, Z-seats.
Look at that view.
From the fire.
And I think we're going to have a sunset tonight, guys.
Yes, sir, we are.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've walked along the peninsula for a couple hundred yards. Saw about a dozen sites. But I think the one that we stopped at and looked at first is going to be the one.
This is too
I don't know how to handle this right now.
I think there's 3 people with cameras.
What do you do?
Yeah, you gotta film me.
What camera do you look at?
You gotta film me while I film him filming you.
Drop it. Drop it.
Well, one thing's for sure. Tonight we're going to have a beautiful sunset right over the lake. Absolutely perfect. Can't wait to see that. We got Mark setting up his tent over here. Jeremiah's up there, top of the hill. So Brandon's going to be down over here somewhere, next to my hammock, right on the water. And Dan the man, right over there, with the hammock gear camo Cuban fiber tarp. So I wonder where this beautiful sun is going to set. And we're still in the southern sky, because it's only mid-February. Man, what a beautiful blue sky today. It's so calm.
Yeah, this is definitely the main spot.
This is beautiful. Alrighty guys, it's been an awesome day 2. Been enjoying some fun and laughter around the fire all evening. And it's time to crawl in the hammock, so I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night, Jeremiah.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night, Brandon.
Good night, everybody.
Oh, you too, Dan.
Good night.
Good morning here, day 3 in the Deam Wilderness. Others are still in their process of getting camp broke down. Had a good breakfast, had some good coffee, and just wrapping up a few loose ends here, and we're going to hit the trail and head home. The forecast is calling for sleet of some kind here this morning, so we don't want to linger too long and get caught up in that. You all good to go, Dan?
Good to go.
Dan and Mark left a few minutes ahead of me, so I took a shortcut through the forest, and I don't hear them or see them anywhere. As of right now, I'm walking solo. Jeremiah was still packing up for another 10 minutes, so we kind of all left at different times. I'm not sure if I'm ahead of them or behind them. Oh well. Jeremiah and Brandon, welcome back to the party. The whole gang is back together once again, making our final push out to the vehicles.
I guarantee it.
Well, we have arrived back here at the trailhead in Deam Wilderness in the Hoosier National Forest. We had an absolute amazing adventure. What a great time hanging with these guys. Special thanks to Dan Becker, Jeremiah Stringer, Mark, and Brandon. Guys, I had an awesome time.
Yes, sir. Same.
I will put links to their channels down in the description. Be sure to check out Jeremiah and Dan's channels. They're amazing. They're growing quickly, putting some awesome content out there. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming along. And until next time, I'm Jason Wish, wishing you a great time on your next adventure.